exit pops, pop-ups, sign-up forms, whatever you want to call these things that pop up on your e-commerce store's website, your Shopify, your WooCommerce, that captures subscribers' email addresses or user email addresses, those people that are on your website. We need to address them today. I want to talk about exactly what you can do to increase the number of sign-ups that you get. And first, if you're wondering why this is important, it's because every single time you get a sign up, that's another chance for you to continue email marketing to these people, and eventually staying at the forefront of these customers' minds will lead to a sale. At least you're going to be increasingly familiar with these people and they're going to be familiar with you. So I'm not going to talk so much about the nuances of why a pop-up is important and what it can do for your store, but if your goal is to just simply increase the number of people that are coming to your store and signing into your newsletter form, whatever that may look like, I'm going to show you exactly how I do that today. Now, I have a variety of clients across multiple industries. So this particular client is in the apparel and fashion industry, but this will work across basically any industry that's B2C. I'm not so sure about B2B, but every single time I tried this for an e-commerce store, it has worked wonders. And let me just show you a quick example of what it looks like. So if you can see here on the left hand side, we see the number of average subscribed to list. This is before I went to their email list. You can see that before I even joined them as an email marketing agency. You can see here before August all the way until November, the average was around 5 to 20. That's around the average, and then around Black Friday time it goes up to 41. But as soon as I tried this exit pop strategy, which I'm going to explain in a moment, look at the jump from here, around 24 all the way to 105 per day. This is the number of people subscribing per day. And of course, as it goes down during this time, this is as the store's annual revenue just kind of sinks around this time. That's normal. But you can see the enormous difference since we joined them until March 3rd, which is today, which is the day hasn't ended, which is why it's pretty low. But it goes up around 50 to 100 people per day. And I'm going to show you exactly what I do to get that number. So this idea is not entirely mine. I learned this from Ezra Firestone. I just want to give him credit. I don't have an affiliate link, but just want to let you know that this is not my idea, and I just want to share this with you. This is what I learned from him. So I'm just going to show you a little bit more. You can see here that the 10% off exit intent. This is the offer 10% off for the desktop. Captured around 4% of the users with around 27,000 viewed. This is when we first put it up. Now, if we were to go to the original pop-up, you can see that we tested it multiple times. I might get into this in a little bit. But what it looks like here from the Klaviyo dashboard is a series of live pop-ups. Now, I want to put a strong disclaimer. Make sure that you do not have overlapping pop-ups. This is a terrible mobile and web experience for your users. So make sure that you have everything set properly before you set it live. Now, here's how it works. I'm going to get into the nitty-gritty of it now. So first, you're going to have a pop-up that appears immediately on your page. And this immediate pop-up should not be something that disrupts your user to a huge degree. You can do a full screen pop-up. We test it out at least to see if you get more users, but have that offer ready. And it may be a 10% off, it may be a special guide to do something. Make sure that you're incentivizing your users to exchange, keyword exchange, their email for your information or discount or some sort of offer that is irresistible. And you can put that in the first pop-up. Now, I would recommend putting a smaller offer in this pop-up than in the second pop-up, which I'm going to show you. But just make sure you have an offer that is substantial enough that a user will like to exchange their email address for whatever that you have to offer. Now, here's what I did. First, set one up for the desktop version, and then set one up for the mobile version. And of course, test, optimize, which is what you see here. We have 7 different variations going on here, where I just changed one variable about the original pop-up. And before I even tested this, I also tested another whole different style of pop-up, one without a background, one with a picture. So go through each 7. I know some people will say that this is too many to test at one time, but If you have a lot of traffic going through your store and you have ample time to set up some sort of pop-up strategy to test, then go ahead and do this. See what you can do to figure out which pop-up form performs best, and then A/B test that against another whole style of pop-up. And you can find out what the winner is, basically like a tourney bracket type of thing. But anyway, going back, we have the one pop-up that starts from the very, very beginning, which is tested many times, you find your winner, and then once you find that winner, come up with a secondary offer. This second offer should also be even more irresistible, something that the user will absolutely trade their email for. So for this store in particular, it's a 15% off discount. Not every store can offer that steep of a discount, but at the very least, do something that your users will be surprised or even a little shocked that you're offering. So how we do this is, don't make the pop-up appear immediately. Set a condition that first only appears to people who are not signed up to your list. Number 2, make sure the user does not see this pop-up twice. You can set the time frame to be 180 days or 1 year or 2 years or never again. But you don't want the user to see this pop-up again, because that's how valuable this offer is. Number 3, only set the pop-up to appear on your product or collection page, nothing else. So what this does is when the user is going through the store and they encounter your product on your collections page, they're looking at some of your products, they're like, okay, this is pretty cool. And then they go on to the actual product and they see, it's kind of expensive. I canceled that 10% off discount earlier. I don't know if I should purchase this item. And then suddenly, out of nowhere, this 15% off pop-up that says, hey, you're never going to see this pop-up again. You want to check this out right now for 50% off. If not, this offer will disappear forever. So this is your chance to claim this 15% off, this increased offer, increased urgency, increased valuability of this offer. And it's make sure it's something that you can realistically offer, and offer after a condition of 30 seconds. You can test this around with your store, 30 seconds, and to users that are not signed up to your list, and make sure that users cannot use this discount twice. So for Klaviyo, we have a dynamic discount code, and I have a lot of conditions, but essentially here's the big picture. You have one pop-up right at the very beginning of the store, and then 2, you have a second exit intent pop-up that appears either 30 seconds or when a user exhibits a behavior of exit intent after 30 seconds, and they will be already browsing your product and they're very interested. So each of these pop-ups can serve the same purpose of increasing the number of signups that you have to the same list. You can send both of these to the welcome list, just one with a different discount that you offered in the second exit intent pop-up, which here we call the hot list, taken from Ezra Firestone as well. But if you want to set these as 2 completely different flows, the first one is maybe a style guide offer or some sort of special magazine that they can get for free, maybe it's an online PDF, that's not really a discount. And so the flow, the actual information in that flow would be different than if you were to do a second exit intent pop-up. So figure out what that offer is for your store, but make sure you have 2. And finally, make sure you also have one for mobile and one for desktop. And if you have a chance, also put one in the footer. So combined, you can see here that we have 5 different pop-ups available on the store, but none of them will overlap. Some of them are for mobile, some of them are for desktop. The ones on mobile don't have a picture. They're little footers at the bottom. Whatever style you want to do, that's up to you. But I just want to convey to you that what works for me and a lot of other stores is to have 1 immediate pop-up and 1 exit intent. Try it out for yourself, A/B test, and have fun with it. Let me know if it works for you. I would love to hear back about it. For the time being, this is the tip that I have for the week. It's one of the most effective tips that I actually have available for increasing the number of people who sign up to your list. And if you're interested in hearing more tips about how you can grow your business, your e-commerce business, your Shopify store through email marketing, let me know down below, or reach out to me at jasper@grabdigital.co. My name is Jasper. I am the co-founder of Grab Digital at grabdigital.co. And you can find me there, you can hire me, do whatever you want to do. But no matter what, I just want to share this valuable information with you here today. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next week.